what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, before we dive into these curfew calls, let's not forget, this show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media, Newport Beach, this is Missin Curfew. Curfew Calls edition number 2. Me, the up dog, the guy with the sick chin hat, Jay Swiss, Jordan Smaltz coming from Scottsdale. Fellas, how you doing? The first one was a lot of fun with you boys. Really locker room feel, just talking nonsense probably, but I love it.
This is as close as you're going to get. And right now I don't have my legs crossed because I'm feeling loose as a goose right now. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about some reset, a little bit of recovery, what we like to do for that. But things are good. Schmaltzy, our last curfew calls was epic because we found one in the archives, my friend. You, while you were still playing, talking about the Mullet Arena. But these are always fun, and welcome back.
Yeah, boys, thanks for having me. As always, it's good to see your chins. And in the off seasons, boys, too, like you take a break and then you kind of come back with the guys you're skating with, and you're in the locker room, and you can't store your gear at the rink you're probably skating at in the summer. And how about that first skate back, Obes? Like when you get back to the rink, and you guys always talk about you guys were like August 1st guys. I was always right after July 4th. I would go in there for one skate and then take like another 2 weeks off. But for me, it was always like, holy fuck. Like it almost felt like a foreign sport. Like you dust off your skates, you have like these bugs in there. And especially me living in the desert the last couple of years I was playing, it was all dry and just dirty. I was just like hoping I didn't find a snake or a scorpion.
Yeah.
Dude, we weren't worried about snakes or scorpions, but yeah, we're out here on the beach, right? Especially Loops. Loops would air his gear out, right on his patio on the beach. But every time I go back for the first skate, it was August 1st. And obviously we spent a lot of time at the beach. I wear flip-flops back in the day there more than I do now. And I just remembered I could hardly get my skates on. Like my feet were so swollen and so much bigger. And I get out there and I couldn't move. And I'm like, I remember every summer I'd be like, I've lost it. It's gone. I partied and I've lost my skills. Like Space Jam back in the day when they take all the skills from Barkley and the boys. Like I left it in the Hollywood Hills, and then maybe 2 weeks later I'd be like, a glimmer of hope, up dog, a glimmer of hope.
Do you ever get what I get now, boys? If I go skate, when I go skate, whatever, it's not that much, but I like forget how to put my gear on. It's almost crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember like in the summers, boys, you take the 2.5 months off, you come back, you get all these little pukes that are, they're a step ahead of you, but they still suck. They're soft, especially these Cali kids.
Swish, yeah.
And, you figure out like, fuck, okay, I forgot my garter belt. I forgot my garter belt.
Fuck, I got no garter belt, boys.
I forgot socks, so I'm going to go barefoot.
Who's got clear tape? Fuck, I forgot my tape.
Anyone got a left skate? Fuck, I left that on the beach.
Loops would, I think we've told this before, but we'll tell it historically 3 times a summer.
Would wear his skates.
Because he'd air his other stuff and then leave his skates because they got a little more wet, obviously. And then we get in the old shitty Anaheim ice and we take our gear out and he'd go, hang it. Oh, no. Yeah. And he lived too far to go and come back. Like it was a 45-minute jaunt in the summertime, maybe more with beach traffic. So he'd be leaving and we'd bang our sticks. Say, oh, boy, I'm saying, we'll see you tomorrow, bud. Yeah. Don't worry about her, fella. Shake her off.
It's funny, though, man. For something we did for our whole life, you take a year off or whatever, a couple of years now we haven't played. And I show up there.
7 years. Bud.
And it's like you pull your gear out and you're looking at it and you're like, fuck. And then the guys are like, act like you've been here before, bud.
Yeah. And
I'm like, I have no fucking idea where, I forgot socks. It's like the simplest thing, like the ones over your shin pads,
Yeah, no.
And now I get my sundress, so it's all kind of coming back, and it's fun now because I'm like, yeah, do you remember when your dad used to get you dressed and shit? It's kind of like my earliest memories, I think, of how dad's smell of an arena.
Dad made me get dressed on my own. I don't even know why. Well, I don't know if he helped me back then.
How old were you back then? When did you skate?
I mean, I started skating when I was 3, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't remember. I'm sure my dad helped me. I'm joking, Peter.
So it's funny, but when I lay out his gear, right, I make him say what each thing is, like elbow pads, right? And then as we're getting it on or getting it off, we got to go through like a song of it all, right? Like put my elbow pads on and grab my shouldies, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Call them shouldies. And so it's all kind of coming back. But in saying that, it all kind of just, it's the evolving circle of life, as they say, with forgetting how to put on your fucking hockey gear.
I would say as you get in the show, as we all know, you get obviously spoiled, right? And then you got to, skate in the summertime. And we're out here in Anaheim where the Ducks would give us no love. Like, they wouldn't let us dress in their dressing room or let us use any.
During COVID, we started hanging our gear in there, and fucking Bob
Murray made us go hang it out. Like, guys were getting like skin rashes because we were hanging it in the fucking just normal Anaheim
Boney room. The one guy he still works for the Ducks. Actually.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
But we come back during the lockout. We were skating for fucking 4 months. Switch. Our gear was soaking wet. But anyways, I always thought tape was always a thing in the off season, even with a bunch of NHL guys that clear. Got any clear? Like, did you always have clear tape?
Well, that was one thing I always learned, especially coming through the ranks of the jungle and even make it to the National League a little bit is you got to learn how to summer stuff. You'd always be looking at the veterans and especially the guys in the NHL line exit day, or you go there and clean out your lockers and you'd be seeing the guys that were really good to the trainers walking out with boxes of tape. I'm like, tape? Like, fuck off. Like, whatever. I don't need tape. But then it would roll around to July or August and you're looking around. It's like, I got no tape. Where's my clear tape? You're panicking. Then you got to ask all the guys in the locker room, the junior players. So that was always a big thing. I learned that at a young age as a young pro, Obes, is you can never have too much summer stock.
No, that's a great point. And I learned it in the American League too. Mike Motto and Sheldon Brookbank. I talked about Billy on the first Curfew's calls. I remember them. Billy always bring, like, coming to leaving the rink, same thing. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, buddy, especially in the American League, you got to take as much as you can. And if you ever get to the NHL, you really got to bank that off. You got to bank tape, bank sticks. And then sticks, right? They were always like, just give you what's on the rack, right? Like, what like sometimes even in the show, guys, like, you just get what's on the rack. I'm like, give me a couple new ones. This one, I've been practicing with.
You know why? Because the trainers make a little extra cash if they don't hit their, like,
quota, even in the show.
Yeah, big time in the show.
Well, fucking Tampa Bay, fucking Vinny used one new stick every day.
Yeah, well, those guys are different. It's like, you can only insure 5 guys' contracts. Well, those 5 fucking guys can use whatever amount of skates they want.
But they still have to pay for Vinny's, like, they still have to pay for sticks, right?
Yeah, they be paying. But the owner kind of is like, oh, Vinny spent, $300,000 in sticks this year? Fuck it, whatever.
But O'Brien, don't give him any practice ones. He doesn't fucking need them. Man. Just give him a shovel.
I mean, you weren't a guy to tape up a new stick for practice, were you?
No,
never.
Fuck no.
I was probably one new stick.
What's worse, tying your skates or taping your stick?
Tying your skates.
No, cutting your stick.
I hated cutting.
I used to have Frost. Frost used to cut my sticks.
That's NHL. I never made that. That's
Frost fucking big time. And even in St. Louis.
Uppy, do you remember when in Volva, Tarasenko used to look at like 20 or 30 of his sticks and he would look at them, and if he didn't like how they felt just right off the rack, he would almost like either just give them away or like saw them in half?
That's how
crazy.
That's how Vin was too.
Yeah.
He'd look at it and be like, no. And I'm like, once I got to know him, I'm like, what's wrong with that one? He's like, see that down there? That's not good. That little curve, this stuff doesn't feel good. I'm like, that's knowing your craft. I don't even know what lie my stick is. Hey, it's like, what do you got there? I'm like, I don't know, Drury with the fat paddle. That's all I know.
By the way, Vladdy wouldn't even flex one of his sticks. He'd just look at it.
Yep.
He would have it in his hands, look at it. He would never flex a stick before he shot it. The guy's, his shot actually complemented the whip of the stick needing to be perfect anyway, because if it got too flimsy, it wouldn't really zip like he wanted it to.
Yeah. Did you have that problem or
no? I had a pizza shovel. Fucking
yeah. You had a good release though. You could fucking snap it
wheel to toe.
Yeah.
Wheel to toe.
Kyle, can you put up Vinny LeCavier and just find a picture of him in like 2007? Did good style.
Yeah, he did.
Always had those
with hair
CCM sticks.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, he was a fucking beauty, man. I
can't believe he wore 4.
Dude, I'm going to say, I don't think Vinny LeCavier gets nearly enough credit for how great of a player he was. Maybe in Tampa. That was the year off. That was the year I left. Go back to the old school stuff when he wasn't wearing a visor there. Yeah. Look at him there.
Those are
just
jerseys,
big, man. Those are the jerseys I wore my first year.
That was the original OG, right?
Yeah. But do you think Vinny LeCavier gets enough credit for how good he was? Like, I got to give him credit for, since he's retired, he's kind of just not really been heard of, right? A whole lot. So he obviously
got a lot of cash.
Yeah, he's got a
lot of cash and good-looking guy. Doesn't want to be involved in the game though much, or what's his
working for Montreal?
Oh, he is
working for Montreal. I was there. I got traded there. Was the year he scored 50, and when I got there, he had like 38 at the deadline. And I'll never forget. Can you find his 50th goal? If you can, Kyle. Oh, fuck, that might have been me there flipping it out. Marty.
Yeah, well,
Vaclav Prospal, great guy. Terrible style, but
Yeah.
no one loves scoring goals in practice.
Cookie monster.
In practice, nobody loves scoring goals, Swishy, more than Vaclav Prospal.
were you there when Ruslan Fedotenko was there too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Married his billet mom.
Married his billet mom. Was that his 50th there? Yeah.
He married his billet mom.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Ryan Craig, Paul Ranger. Yeah, that was 50 right there. There's Richie, Marty.
Paul Ranger had a big
Tim
thing.
Taylor was our captain.
No way. Tool time.
Paul Ranger
Tim
had a
was your
weapon. He was like roommate range.
He
I'm
had
like,
a weapon.
watch where you're swinging that fucking
Tim Taylor now works for.
Holmes, how was Tim Taylor? He was my player development.
Yeah, I was gonna say in St. Louis.
Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Listen, I was a rook. I just like, I didn't really talk to him a whole lot. Like, I mean, hi, morning, how are you? Like, I didn't really get to know him, and he was only there my first year, and then he retired. But
Yeah.
Marty and Vinny and those boys obviously respected him because he won the cup with them. He would hang out with more like Andrew Chuck, right? Like away from the rink, because Andrew Chuck was doing our color, and he would hang out with Andrew Chuck. And the guys that were retired there, what was the old goalie, Graham? Those were the guys he would hang out away from.
Hey, no, we're thinking Dave Taylor.
No, they were both there.
They were, right?
This is Tim the Tool Man.
Yeah. Timmy the Tool Man was my player development guy, so he would always come and see me on the road. And when I was
Okay.
And then Dave Taylor was a senior advisor to
Yes.
Doug Armstrong. Yeah.
And you know what you got to just give Vin credit for is when he fought Gimlet in the finals.
Tough.
Right? Like, just, that was so epic. Like, what would that be like nowadays? Would that be like Eichel and...
It'd be like Draisaitl fighting
Eichel. No, but that's the Western
Dry-
Conference.
Draisaitl fighting Matty Tkachuk
Yeah. Matty or Brady.
last year in the finals,
Uh,
right?
yeah. Nah, but Iggy was
tough.
tougher than... I love
Which was
Chucky.
like-
Brady. I'll say it's like Draisaitl fighting Brady.
Yeah. That's spot on.
Yeah. But look at Vin here. Look, it's on ABC too. It was awesome back in the day. Oh, get in there. Yeah, anyways, boys. So I love Vinny LeCavalier. I don't know how we got on that. We were talking about sticks, right?
Yeah.
And but before we take our first call, we talked about how much time we took off in the first one, and what about stuff you did away from getting in there, getting your workouts? We played golf, but was there any other activities? I remember us. We'll start first, or Swish. We played beach volleyball, right? I mean, at times we would play it for a workout, and other times we play it when we were banged up. But like looking back, we were playing quite a bit of beach volleyball, right? Like every weekend for sure, and then sometimes a Wednesday game.
Yeah, the stretch where the 3 years where I had Hiller's place and Loops had his, there's 6 houses away from each other. The court is right out front of Lupul's house. Pico would come over on a Friday or Saturday morning, put up a professional net, right?
Yeah,
Count on Pico to the sickness.
couple things.
Yeah,
Put up a good net, put up a good trap.
to put up a good net, and then anyway, boys, this thing would be up. Schmaltzy, this thing would be up all weekend long. It'd be perfect height where only the athletes could get up and fucking smash them down. But Obes, you had a huge, good right hand, soft mitts.
Couldn't jump.
Loops was super athletic, just no hands. Stu had the left hand of the law. Big guy was always at the net protecting.
Joe D bumping his brain. He's just the
Yeah.
bumper, the libero. Joe D was the libero, Swishy.
the libero.
And then it would just be like 3 or 4 girls placed in each
On the weekends.
on each team
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Yeah. On the weekends, it was co-ed. But
Yeah.
we would have some good 4-on-4 games, Swishy. We'd have some good battles.
Did you guys ever play that game Ace?
No, how do you play that one?
You remember that? So it's volleyball, but it's a drinking game. So when you're playing, if you get a point on the other team, it's just like a sip. But if you're able to hit the sand and score a point on the opposing team without them touching it, they have to finish their drink. So you play normal volleyball, but the game's called ace. So you're always looking for an ace off the serve or even just a point. If it hits the sand without anybody touching it, the other team, like Bordon, has to drink. So you just get
Chug.
banged up.
You know what? I think we might have played that,
Yeah.
right? You just can't touch. You got to get a piece of it.
Yes, you just have to get a piece of it.
Yeah, I think we did play that. And then speaking of volleyball, we would go out and play that 6-man volleyball tournament with Stoley and the boys. And I'll never forget, we played this like team that was sponsored by Monster Energy. And they literally had their buddy dressed up in the Monster Energy fucking outfit, and they're warming up, just spiking him off his head. like just fucking. And we're sitting there hung cheese, and we're like, so finally they beat us the first game, and the second game they're working us again, and finally it's me, Richie, you, Peros,
yeah.
and we finally I take the ball and I throw it back at him under the net. I'm like, hey, if you guys want to fuck around, we can fuck around here, but unless like take your foot off the gas here, boys. And they finally did. Well, we were about to fight him, Swishy. We're like, I'll fucking come over the net right now. And they're like, whoa, calm down. We're like, well, you're fucking right down our throat here, man. Like, we learned our lessons.
Can't beat him on the court, so just threaten to kick the shit out of him.
We did.
That's the whole time.
Yeah, and they're all just a bunch of volleyball pussies, too, and they all backed down. They're like, well, and we were all, NHL guys. We were Georgie Peros. They didn't want any part of it. But I remember the one time, too, I went and hadn't played baseball in forever, and my sister asked me to play in a Coed baseball tournament or whatever, and I'm like, okay, sure, I'll play. And I got just baked before the game, right? And I show up at the game, and like, my mom and dad are there, and there's other people there, and there's like some people in the fucking, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I thought this was just going to be a little friendly here. I'm like, I'll go out in center field, no one will hit it out there. Fuck, and first guy comes up and hits a fucking knuckler at me that I'm just cooked, and I'm like fucking trying to knock it down. It hits my glove, falls out. I got to run and get it. I come back in. My old man's like, "What the fuck was that? Like, how come you?" I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you, Peter. I'm stoned. The fucking thing was coming at me. I could see three of them, and I'm like, is this what I signed up for?" And that was the end of my co-ed baseball days too, Swishy.
Oh, that's so funny. Just half cooked, just in some small town, Ontario.
Grafton, Ontario. My sister's like, "Hey, we got a co-ed baseball game." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. It's a Monday night. I'm home. Whatever. I'll do it."
Yeah, a lot of the boys always played like softball and different things, but did you guys ever? I always like to get one like mushroom excursion in with the fellas in an off season. So like you go to like Yellowstone, or you pick a different national park, or maybe it's a fishing trip where the phones are on do not disturb. It's guys that you maybe play junior with or college, and it's like your best buddies. And we'd always do like a trip either out to Montana or Yellowstone or go somewhere fishing. I thought that was always the best time, where you just like shut off your phone and just take some plant-based drugs and kind of just vibe out. It was nothing like ayahuasca-like, but it was just, that little mushroom excursion to 3 or 4 days where you're just kind of hanging out with the fellas. You're hiking. We would do downhill mountain biking. We would fish, kayak, all that shit, man. It was awesome.
You remind me of a year-end thing I did with Mac L and his girl Larissa at the time. This is years ago. It was my first year in St.
He's
Louis.
still with Larissa.
I brought this. Yeah, no, I know, but this way back when, like this is early days.
You said his girl at the time.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
just his new,
just had a kid with.
like it's probably his new girlfriend at the time. It was 2015, maybe.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was long.
Early. They were still in the fun stage. Yeah.
And we went to Jackson Hole. I brought this little rocket from St. Louis. Like she was like a St. Louis model. I don't know if you remember.
A nice young tight Maurice Richard.
I didn't know St. Louis had models.
She was like a pretty high-end model at the time. Young. And and so we rented these bikes, right? And we're cruising through the national park, like you said. A couple little mushroom chocolates, I'm sure. And we're on like these street bikes. And I asked her politely, like, "Hey, have you rode a bike before?" She's like, "Yeah." So Mac L and I, we get on them, and we're on these paved path roads. It's a little gradual climb for probably like a 40-mile ride. It's a big ride, and we lose them, right? Because we step on it. So we lose the girls. We come back, and we stop off at this little spot where we're like, we'll wait here 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we start seeing people pass us, and I'm like, I think the girls were ahead of these guys, and now they're passing us. Like, you think something happened? And so as people come, we're like, "Hey, you see couple girls back there?" And they're like, they're stopped on the side of the road. I'm like, oh,
they got the raspberries on.
We turn back 20 minutes, we drive back, and sure as shit,
they're in the rhubarb.
The girl I brought startled herself on the like path as people were like passing her, and fucking almost took out Larissa and hit the dirt and flew over the handlebars and broke her wrist.
No.
And so at the time I had just had thumb surgery, and I had a right cast. Well, she broke her right wrist, so I just took off my right. I had this hard casted thing. I took it off, gave it to her, and she, boys, strung it out doing. We fly fish down the Rattlesnake River, or whatever it's called in Jackson. It's just sick. We did whitewater rafting. She finished the bike ride. This girl was an absolute trooper, and for 3 days with a broken wrist, she just kept it going. Like, it was
that's impressive. Speaking of girls like falling off bikes, remember when we used to like you take the beach cruisers to the bar,
yeah,
and then if you picked up a girl, right, you'd have to get her on your handlebars to get her back,
yeah.
And not that it happened a lot, but like I was clipping along at a pretty good pace of not losing one. And fucking one night I was just home and she's on there and I lost her. And she made this athletic play where she rolled like on the sand, rolled over, took the hit, rolled again. And I was like, stop my bike. I'm like, what a play. Like she literally made the sickest play ever. It could have been lucky it was sand. And then she made this, like I said, unbelievable athletic play. And then that was my last time, Swishy, that I retired trying to be that guy with the handlebars. I'm like, this is it. I don't need something bad happening.
Well, she tucked the chin, as she did. She tucked and rolled.
She tucked and rolled, and I clapped. I'm like, what a play. Because it could have been ugly, like much like the instant.
With these e-bikes, you could take 2 or 3
You
now.
know what? You talk about these e-bikes. I see these kids, and I get it where we live in California, like, they grow up literally riding the bike, right? An e-bike. But some of these kids will come flying to a stoplight, and I'm driving, I'm thinking, and they just hammer on the brakes and fucking hit the button. I'm like, these are dangerous, no?
They're dangerous. I often thought, like, my kids, will they ever ride a bike or will it be just motorized scooters? And then, like, you know, Mac L was telling me the other day, it's like, there's a good chance our kids won't drive cars ever. They'll be in these just auto cars, you know, 15 years. In 15 years when they're like, you know, 16, 17.
Don't have to worry about getting the Dewey, eh?
Well, probably not. Like, what an experience when we were kids, like stealing your dad's truck. I used to go to A&W. I used to just jump in my dad's truck, fuck it, in the morning. He would go to work. My mom would go to work. I'd be in charge of getting me and my brother on the school bus. And I'd be like, hey, let's jump in and drive. Like, it was just down a side road to A&W. Go through drive-through.
Get a little
bacon and egger.
Well, you got brekkie.
Yeah, I get brekkie.
I was going to say a little teen burger there.
Get brekkie, a little bacon and egger with the hash brown. Get a little orange.
You have a nice bacon egger.
And then I drive my dad's blue Chevy fucking rear-wheel drive truck back and just do like fishtails in the road. But like, they're not going to be able to do. I don't think they're doing that.
Beckham's not going to be doing that in Aspen and Newport Beach. No. But these fucking Fort McMurray, they're still doing that. My nephews, they'll be stealing trucks and fucking driving them around 100%. But in Aspen and Newport Beach, Beckham probably won't be doing that.
Boys, on the topic of cars, you guys want to do a quick question from
I got one thing I just want to finish off here on the mushroom talks. But Swishy asked about the mushrooms. I microdose now, obviously, right? Because it's like seems to be more, you know, science. People have proven that it helps you, obviously, right? But back in the day, I had never really done mushrooms. And at the AHL, the year of the lockout, the year in Bender, the boys were like, "Hey, Obes, you think you can get some mushrooms for the fellas?" I said, "I'm sure I can." So we eat a shit ton of mushrooms, right? And we're like, I don't feel it. You don't feel it? I don't feel it. Well, let's make some tea. We drink a shit ton of tea, and then all of a sudden it kicks in. And I, to this day, I'll never forget that feeling of make it stop. Like, please make it stop, please. So, Swishy, to answer your question, I was scared of mushrooms for a long time. Like, even we go to concerts or whatever, I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna smoke or whatever. I don't want the mushroom. And now I do it still, but mushrooms, the one drug that really scares me. Like, still to this day, I'm like, I don't want to do too much because I'll never forget that feeling.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want none of this, do we?
Yeah,
right? It's just like, yeah, you get to that point though, Obi. It's you got two choices, right? You can either lean into it and ride the wave, or panic. So
yeah, we panicked.
I kind of just lean into it.
We all panicked.
Run through your body.
I won't name names, but we all panicked. We all fucking pushed the panic button. And once one guy tripped, the other guy tripped, and the next guy tripped out. It probably was only a couple hours, but it felt like 2 days. I'm like, this has got to end soon. So,
oh yeah. Yeah, the amount of thoughts going through your head, especially on the shroomies, 100%. Million miles a minute, fella.
Yeah, I was going 1,000,000 plus. So, all right, Kyle, sorry, buddy. KC, what do you got, fella?
Yeah, just on that topic of cars, boys, we got a question from Reese Young. Here it goes. Fellas, what's the nicest ride you or the boys had while playing in the show? And what is the nicest ride a teammate may have had? Thanks, Rip Jimmy.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Broadway, yeah. Reese, thanks for the question, buddy. Broadway, I still miss Broadway. Especially, like, you know.
Oh, I got a fucking great story
yeah.
of Broadway. Well, I think we told it on this pod, but the one day he's having a great year, and he's kind of in a little slump, right? And the coach is all over him. We're in Florida, and he decides on a day where he gets the news he's going to be a healthy scratch. His mom's in town, Sheila. Shout out to Sheila. And he, after pregame skate where he's not playing, he goes right to the Mercedes dealership, and he comes out with a brand new S55. This car was fucking so sick, black on black, just pimped out. He was just like blasting his rap tunes in there. And he shows up to the game in this brand new car, just ear to ear smile, happy as can be. And he comes up to me after and he's like, "You got to see my new ride." I'm like, "Nice, bud. When did you get it?" He's like, this afternoon." This afternoon.
I mean, if you want to
I'm
feel
like,
better, right?
It's all time. It's a fucking legendary story.
Well, how much was he making then? Was he
He was making probably $8.50, and he went and buck 55 on the.
Yeah, that's fuck. Those numbers don't add up, but I mean,
But he feel better. I mean, he probably had at the time. He probably had 15, 16 goals. Like he was. Jimmy was a natural goal scorer, and the puck was following him for a long, long time that year. He was doing good. He
but
couldn't miss.
that was the year I was up and down, and I'm like, I come back up. He's got like 18. He's talking about 20. I'm like, fella, shut up. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Like, I'm like Broadway. Just don't talk about it. And Beauty, he never got it, but yeah, I remember him telling him about buying that. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Sick. So you want to start off?
I remember though when we talk about Broadway, we obviously a big tragedy for us here, and we go to his funeral and his mom. Was that the first time you ever met her?
No, I'd met her before.
No,
but she had just like we hadn't really had like sit down dinner or whatever. But
yeah,
I met Big Kev and her. It's just been a while.
Yeah, she's like Scotty Upshaw. She's like, all I kept hearing from Jimmy was Scotty Upshaw this, Scotty Upshaw that. I'm going here with Scotty Upshaw. I'm doing this with Scotty Upshaw. She's like, who the fuck is this Scotty Upshaw? Yeah. And she's saying in this like Boston accent. Fucking, it was such a tragic moment. She made like us laugh for a bit, but she's like, who the fuck is this Scotty Upshaw? But anyways, Broadway, we still miss you. I love you, buddy. Swishy, why don't you go first on nicest cars? I'm going to go nicest cars, and I'm going to go shittiest cars, too.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I got a cup of Joe with this guy, probably about a half a season, but the fact that he had this green Goblin Bentley that he was cruising in St. Louis, it was an unbelievable ride. It was like this dark matte green with black rims, but I just thought always the funniest ride, or not even funniest, just how humble this guy was, is just like Jay Bowmeister at this time when I was playing with, and even with Uppy, I mean, the guy had probably made 60, 70 million, whatever it was, is you just drive like a GMC Sierra truck, like the Sierra, just like old school Alberta guy, just a truck that's 3 years old, come in and just be the best defenseman on the ice. I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. Like the guy, the way his jersey flapping in the wind and he's just coming in, this just chill, just pick up, like doesn't give a fuck. I always liked those guys. I thought they were the coolest. Just, just under the radar, made so much dough, and it's like, I don't even care what I'm driving, man.
Yeah.
Just drop the puck.
Like Scott, you know where I'm driving a Prius?
Yeah.
Obviously it got him in the carpool lane, but the guy's, arguably one of the best defensemen of all time. And my rookie year, he's showing up in a Prius. I'm like, fella. I love Norm, but that's just him. He didn't care. Didn't care at all. I would say this, my rookie year, Solani. I mean, Solani literally every day. I can't name the cars that he, maybe Kyle could pull him up, but he would drive a new car to the rink every fucking day. It was awesome. He'd pull in with some new Mercedes and he had a Ferrari, and like you mix it up with these sick SUVs. So, and then the two best parking lots that I ever throughout my whole career were the Ducks. The Ducks had a great parking lot, and the Dallas Stars. Remember coming off the bus in Dallas? Everybody in Dallas drove a fucking sick car. Those were the two parking lots that were legit National League. And the worst parking lot, the Edmonton Oilers. You'd get off that bus at that old shitty fucking all shitty Rexall place, and all their trucks were GMs or Ford trucks, covered in salt and snow. And I remember walking and looking at them being like, these poor bastards. I know, right? I'm playing in Tampa or wherever I am. I'm like Nashville. I'm like, oh, these poor bastards. So those are the two best and worst. And then I'll never forget my rookie year. I make the team, but I'm not officially all like, you haven't told me to get a place yet, Swishy? So I go to John Paradise, show John Paradise. He gives me an old fucking BMW 5 Series. There's the flash. And I'm parking this 5 Series, and anyways, there was the team vote that went around the room for some magazine or some TV show, and I got voted worst car on the team. It was kind of stung a bit.
Really?
Yeah, all the boys, unanimous, who had the worst car. And I told myself after that I would never be that guy again, right? I'm like, I'm never going to be the guy voted worst car on the team.
When I was in Nashville, I bought my first car in the National League that I bought was an M3, a little one. Yeah, I bought it off this big old fucking guy. I wish Bizzle was on this podcast because this guy's name was like Spud or something. He looked like a potato, and I bought it off him. He was a local guy, and then my M6 I bought off Joni Pitkinen. He got traded the year I got in. He actually got traded for Loops, and he sold me his M6. But I've been a BMW.
There's your i8 you had.
Yeah, there's my i8. Yeah.
Swishy, pull up an i8 on your tablet.
I know what those are.
Yeah, that Uppy had that pre-sale. That was buddy jumping in that back in the day.
It was nice. Florida.
Besides, I couldn't fit in it very well.
Yeah.
But remember, the doors went up like that. It was so sick. And then honorable mention to your Alpina. When you first bought your Alpina, I was like, this car is nasty. No, and when you first bought it, I didn't think in 2025. There you are.
Yeah.
In 2025, you'd still have the fucking thing. Do you still have it?
No, I sold it, boys. I sold it 2 weeks ago to a French porn star.
A French porn star?
Yeah. Yeah, he came to my house twice. For the first time he came down to see it. He came on his motorcycle. Good guy.
French porn star.
Yeah, and then the sec he called me the next day. Let's make a deal. I go to the bank today, and I said, all right, man, just, you show up. I sold to him for 10 grand. And anyway, it was a sad day, but when I brought him, I was having a glass of wine in my garage, and I was like, "You want a glass of wine?" He's like, "No, I'm good." And then, as he tells me he's a sommelier for a really high end guy that actually invented a social media company. I won't say who it is now because people know, but guy's legit as fuck. Single. He's a Ukrainian. Like Russian guy, hangs out with Putin. He's got all these boats.
And you know this guy?
No, so the porn star works for him. He's
the porn star.
So he's like his butler, right?
Yeah.
So this is crazy. So I'm out, and then we're handshaking on the deal. He's starting to count his money. He's like, you know what? Let me see your wine. And he starts and he's like, wow, this is a Cabernet from this is a vintage 2022 from Napa Valley, right? And I go, give me a second. I go inside. Christina's on the couch. I grab the bottle. I look at it. It's a fucking Camus 2022.
Ooh, nice.
Vintage. He guessed the fucking year, where it was from, Bordeaux blend, fucking what cab blend. So then we have a glass of wine. I'm like, so tell me your story. Where are you from? He's a French guy. He's like, well, I came over here. I was 19. I had a fake ID, and I went around to all the porn sites. I started at Hustler, and then I went to Larry Flint. And I gave him my ID, and I said, I have the biggest cock in France, and I want to be a porn star. And then fucking sure as shit, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, I recognize you.
Right.
You look.
Scenes.
Yeah. And then I'm like, how many AVNs do you have? He's like, I got 5. He goes, best orgy, group orgy, best.
You're checking out the guys during the porn? Well, I couldn't tell you one guy that's a
No, you would know some of these old guys from all the Vivid ones and the 8. Like, you would know all the Jenna Jameson he used to pound. He used to pound like Gina Lynn and all
Jameson.
Yeah, so all our staple old porn stars.
So this guy's an old porn guy.
He's 50. But he's a good guy, and he wanted the Alpina so bad.
How did you meet him?
I put my car on Facebook Marketplace for one day, and I had a bunch of people hit me up, but this guy was like pretty adamant. And he's like, I want to come see the car. And anyway, so I
10
sold
grand,
it
not bad.
10K.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I had it for
What'd you pay for it?
119.
Yeah, there you go.
But I probably put in another 25 into it for whatever.
You took good care of it. He took Swishy. He took unbelievable care of it. Like that's the one thing about the Updog.
It had 130,000 miles.
Yeah,
that fucking car was still sick. So the guy, the porn star, he's probably getting a lot of ass.
No Bluetooth in there, or just put Bluetooth in?
No, the Bluetooth started to work itself out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started to figure maybe it was me.
Swishy, what are you bombing around in nowadays out there in the desert? What do you got? What are you driving around?
Well, with my first signing Monostar, I guess my first deal, I bought a new Ford Raptor. So I was bombing around in that, and I loved it. I was a pickup guy, being from Wisco. If we're talking counties, that's Dane County.
Dane County?
Yeah. I was driving that, and then now I got a Tahoe, but I also have a 1996 baby blue Bronco two-tone with some white on it, and it's a stick shift, and it's got a cassette player. That's the car I bought 2 years ago, right off the chin of Aspen. It was on the streets.
So you got a Bronco too, like the Updog?
Yeah. So I want to eventually fix it up, put some dough into it. But right now, honestly, I kind of like driving the stick shift with the cassette player. Little Rooks and Dunn coming through the radio dial. It's nice. So that'll take, not a ton, but it's the day-to-day is a Tahoe. And then when I'm really just, out for a rip, I'll take that Bronco out, and she's nice.
Yeah, I would say, though, when it comes to cars, I'm going to give it Teemu Solani as, when you think NHL, the Flash had the best cars. So
Jose, honorable mention, I didn't get to say because I was diving into the porn star story, but Jose Theodore, honorable mention. Yeah. Ferrari, fucking, you take that down to Bal Harbor and pull up to Mikado.
You know what else? I bet you had great cars, Ribeiro. I bet you Ribeiro drove nice cars, too. Him
right to the Clink.
Yeah. Seen the Clink now?
He went to the Clink, yeah.
Oh, wow. Jeez, I didn't know that.
He had a
I'll never forget the first time I saw Ribby. He walked into Roxy with 2 cigarettes in both ears and 2 chicks
double pistols?
Yeah, double darts in his ears, 2 chicks, and he just walked right in the back bar. Hey, oops. I was like, I know, man. What do you want?
He's so nasty.
Yeah, he was nasty, dude. Yeah, that's a great picture. I remember that picture. We were coming back from San Diego. Take the early flight home from San Diego. Yeah. I don't know how Loops got
Can you
that.
see that, Schmaltz?
I don't know how Loops got.
can't.
You can't?
I don't know how
There
Loops.
it is.
There you go, yeah.
Does Loople have a soul patch?
Yeah, a little flavor saver.
What's his soul? Oh, under his chin, under his lip there.
Yeah, a little soul patch there.
I might have had that there.
Who knows what that? I don't know how Loops got in the back seat there. He must have lost a tough game of rock paper scissors because he had more games played
Or
than me.
you would have taken it on the way in or the way back.
You think so?
Yeah, you would have split it up, I'm sure.
Yeah. Fuck, are we young looking there? Hockey eye candy.
Yeah.
on
How old are you guys in that picture?
Hockey eye candy on X. That was the Rat Pack there. We were fucking right in our prime there, fella. We were probably
28.
Yeah. 28,
28.
26. It's another great night for taking a trip down memory lane. Yeah, there's the Entourage premiere. Collins wore Uppy wore the bow tie. He's like, hey, thanks for coming. Love the bow tie. Con said up, dog.
Yeah, I've seen that picture. Loople's got a nice little 3-piece set.
Yeah,
two-piece set.
black
They're
on
all
black.
Yeah, that was the night we ended up back at Brody Jenner's house. And we were partying on his rooftop, remember? And I was like, dude, I need some chew. He's like, yeah, there's a store right over there. I'll come with you. I could use some chew too. I'm like, all right. So we walk down there, and he's like, we're walking, trying to make small talk, right? And
I know what you're going to say.
he's like, yeah, this Hollywood. He's like, how long you guys been coming up here? I'm like, we come up just on the weekends, but he's like, yeah, it's a crazy fucking city. I'm like, yeah, you've done some damage. So he's like, yeah, no, I've done some damage, but comes with the cause too, I'm like, oh yeah, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, like look at me for example. One day you fucking wake up and your mom's a girl. And I'm like, your dad's a girl. Next thing you wake up, your dad's a woman. I'm like, oh fella,
and he's on the cover of Vogue.
Yeah, I'm like, fella, let's just keep this about chew. Like that. Yeah. That's a great picture there. We need that one framed. I took a little heat. Can Swish see that? Swishy, I want your opinion on this because I took a little heat when I posted this for being underdressed. Would you say I'm underdressed? That's a nice Johnny V kind of pleather jacket with a little white button down.
Well, you got to play your game, right? Like that's what you want to rock. Yeah, that's fine. Are you a little underdressed to the 2 amigos you showed up with? Absolutely.
I am, right? Yeah.
You got to play your own game out there.
Hot dog looks like fucking James Bond in that.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Look at that. The name's Bond. James Bond. Look at Loops.
I still got that tux. That's a Johnny V tux.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a nice tux.
I thought you went tux with, did you have jeans on? No, I thought you might have went denim jeans on there. But
yeah, I probably.
I don't think you went
maybe
full,
black
jeans. That's what I mean.
Black
I think you did.
Yeah.
We took the sprint. What a night that was.
Just fooling them up top with the tux up top and the jeans down low.
Yeah. Hey, I had the bow tie on.
Yeah, I like that.
Great night.
Well, I wasn't in the movie, so I couldn't go full tux.
No, you're right.
Yeah. I remember when we got there, the guy, the girl that Logan Paul's married to. Who's Logan Paul married to? Just had a kid with her. Victoria's Secret model.
Oh, yeah.
Adriana Lima?
Nina Agel.
She was walking the carpet right when we showed up.
Yeah, I do remember. She was dating Leo at the time.
Was she?
I think so.
She was in the movie.
Who wasn't dating Leo?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that Nina Agel.
Yeah, she was walking the carpet when we showed up.
Oh, my God.
Jesus, play fair.
Huh?
Yeah.
Was she doing the peacock?
No, this photo is just her and Logan Paul.
Yeah, but she was in the movie. She's the first scene of the movie where, they're going to see Vince after he got separated from his wife, and she's the girl that drama's looking at through the binoculars. So she was in the movie, so she was walking the carpet. There's me and Loops at the ESPYs, too. What's that, Swishy?
I wanted to ask, do you think like Vinny Chase, did he pound those chicks that
Buddy,
some of them in the movie? Or
I saw Adrian Grenier at the Roosevelt pool scoop at least 3 or 4 girls' numbers on set. Like me and Loops watched him do it, and I was like, "Cons, look at this guy." And Cons is like, "Yeah, bro, he's a fucking machine. He's a machine." Like every extra girl that came on to do the scene was a dime. We saw him get the numbers from all of them.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm assuming he was doing some serious damage.
Good for him.
Yeah. Tamo. All right, let's do one more fuck up, sweetie. Hey, used to be studs. Hey, let's do another call here, fella.
All right, boys, one more write-in here. Coming from Zach Lambert. A little concert question. Boys, with the summer around the corner, there's nothing better than getting the fellas together and hitting up a concert or festival. If you could put out a Mount Rushmore of acts together for a weekend blowout, who's hitting the stage? Current or past acts? Drink doubles, see doubles, and stay single, boys. Enjoy the off-season, fellas. Zach Lambert.
Thanks, Zach, fella. You know what? We used to do Bonnaroo, Swishy. You know, back in the day, the Up Dog and me and Loops and PJ would go in there and stay on a tour bus and stay there for 4 days. It was unbelievable. And you talk about things not being the same. I remember you took Christina to, you're like, I'm going back to Bonnaroo. And I don't know if you remember this, but I'm like, don't do it, buddy. It's not going to be the same. Just remember it how you remember it. And you went, and you're like, fuck, it was not the same.
It wasn't, but
Bonnaroo
it was good, but just so different.
Yeah. Bonnaroo was unbelievable back in the days. But if you're going to go for I'm going to give you 3 of my, if I could pick them out right now, I would go My Morning Jacket, Tom Petty, Pearl Jam.
I have Tom Petty written down.
Yeah. That would probably be my 3 go-to if I could just pick.
I'm going to add Coldplay.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going to add Odessa.
Odessa's great.
And then, Odessa's
great. Odessa's After Party.
Yeah, no, but just our live show.
Yeah, I saw them at Coachella. It was unbelievable.
So at the Bonnaroo I went to was My Morning Jacket, Sophie Tucker, Odessa, into Bob Moses, which was awesome. So I had a pretty good lineup for the day I went. But and then I have MJ Phoenix. I have the band Phoenix on there. That was a great band back in the day. Fuck. Who else?
That's a pretty good run there. So, Swishy, what do you got?
I would throw Morgan Wallen in there.
I haven't seen him.
Morgan Wallen at Wrigley Field was one of the better concerts I've ever seen. It was unbelievable. Coldplay's great too. Ups. I had them written down. They're lights out.
Have you guys seen the Rolling Stones ever?
Yep.
Swishy?
No, I've seen AC/DC.
Yeah,
I went with Billy Quinn in San Fran, actually, at the San Fran Levi Stadium we went. It's the only time I've ever seen them.
Yeah, I saw AC/DC at Coachella years ago.
They just played L.A., actually. They just played the Rose Bowl, AC/DC, last week.
Really?
Last week they played.
What about Swedish House Mafia back in the day?
Oh,
I remember seeing Swedish House Mafia at fucking Coachella. It was unbelievable. I'll never forget the size of their set. There was 3 of them.
These are when festivals were good.
There's
T-Boys, Muse.
There's 3 of them in Swedish House Mafia, right? Is there 3 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had this stage, boys, at Coachella. That was there's just these 3 dudes up there spinning, and the fucking size of it, I was just like,
Alesso.
wow.
Who is it? It's Alesso, 2 other guys, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's 3.
It's Axwell, Steve Angelo, and Sebastian Ingrosso.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Not a boy ice.
That's Ice Pick, baby.
But I will say Tom Petty live was maybe my fucking favorite. If Arcade Fire is unbelievable too. I saw Mumford & Sons at Stagecoach this year.
Hey, show me what this festival is. I think I was here.
If you were looking to slow it.
Coachella, yeah, I was at
Dude,
this one.
Swishy, the Lumineers are unbelievable.
That was I was
Live, they're unbelievable.
They're so good.
So good.
2 or 3 times.
Black Keys are unreal.
Yeah, that's a sneaky good one. You know who I just saw was actually unreal was the Killers.
Killers are great. We saw them at up in San Fran at the festival there, Outside Lands.
Yeah.
Hey, how about the one up there, Empire of the Sun? Remember watching Empire of the Sun?
Size going to see him at. You're going to see him, Schmaltzy.
It was actually the concert was on Monday.
Oh fuck! At Red Rocks, you didn't go.
I didn't go. No
shit.
Work, baby.
Yeah, nobody works hard in this guy. Who were we talking about? Remember Empire
Arcade Fire, awesome.
Empire of the Sun side cheese at that small stage in Bonnaroo was unbelievable. Me, you, Fact Daddy, PJ Loops. Arcade Fire is unbelievable.
How about Rufus the Snow?
Rufus the Soul is unreal.
Yeah.
I love Rufus, man.
Yeah.
I love Bob Moses. I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Tom Petty for me, I love My Morning Jacket live too and Pearl Jam. But Tom Petty, man, I mean, I probably got to see him 5 or 6 times before I saw his 3rd last show at the Bowl with Loops. He was so good live. And everyone knew all of his tunes, right? So everyone's singing along. It was unbelievable.
First show I seen in Nashville when I got there, I was like 19. Bizzle and I went to the outdoor amphitheater. It was Tom Petty and the Black Crowes. I still got my concert ticket. Actually, you know that about me too, but I've kept all my concert tickets from back in the day. I probably got, 200 of them. That's pretty cool. You don't get concert tickets anymore. Get them on your phone.
I can't imagine, I guess everyone has the apps now, but just remember leaving girls' tickets at will call. Pick them up at will call.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore.
No, you got to download.
Now, what happens if you leave these tickets for a guy? This is probably a better question for guys that are in the league. Smoltz, you probably know something, but you're getting ready for the game and you leave her tickets, but she doesn't know how to use the app. And now she's texting you while you're getting ready. Hey, my tickets, I can't get the app. What happens then?
They got people for that, I think.
They got people
That's
for that?
on her.
That's on her. But this is just not your girlfriend. This is just a girl you invited to the game. You're going to set her up with someone on the team to help her with
No,
that?
I mean, like when you get up to the gate and she's like, they sent it to my email. To some lady would be like, okay, come over here. Show me your email. I'll help you.
So as long as you have the
Well, yeah.
confirmation number, yeah. So you wouldn't have to deal with that while you're out there playing soccer or doing the old karaoke shuffle to get warmed up, Swishy.
No, but I mean, Uppy would probably have his phone on him, right? Ups, you always sent us a check. Always, yeah, of course. See what's up after, set up for the fellas.
Well, we used to like
One thing I didn't notice it when I only played with you for a cup of coffee, but like, leave your cell phone in the lounge. I always thought, like in the dressing room.
I was doing the dress.
Yeah, and yeah.
No, but I go like, after warm-ups.
Yeah, that's fine.
After warm-ups, skates are off. I go change my shirt, and I just peek at it. Eh?
Yeah, for sure.
There's
nothing wrong.
Make sure everyone got in the barn.
For sure. There's nothing wrong with that. But guys that would have in the actual locker rooms this year, I'm like,
you weren't even allowed.
no, I don't think so.
So that's
Unless you're the DJ.
It's a fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember some people in the NHL too rooms were like, no chew allowed in the room. I'm like, well, I'm having a chew. Like, I don't know what to tell you boys. You can find me all you want. Like,
You chew your whole career, right?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank God you got off that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Like,
No, for sure.
speaking of Canada,
Shout out to Can Dips, man.
Can I have one of those?
Yeah,
please?
I'm chewing them like a fucking banshee over here. What's up, Fishy?
Were you a long cut guy on the chew?
Oh, yeah. Skull. I started off my first chew ever. Shout out to Jason Craig. Craiger, love you, buddy. Skull cherry. Puked on that when we were in Florida as a young kid. Then I played junior hockey. Started chewing Skull long cut mint.
Yeah,
Then-
it was good.
Then I got into all the, citrus and orange and all the flavors it came out with. But playing with Loops the lockout year and Joel Stepp, all the Western beauties, they were chewing Copenhagen snuff. So I started chewing snuff the lockout year, and it was way easier on your lip. But we were chewing like at least with the long cut, your lip would get sore, so you couldn't throw it in. With the snuff, you could just chew it for literally the whole weekend. We were nonstop, so the snuff was tough to get off of.
Old Snuffy.
What about you, Swish? You ever throw chews in?
Yeah, I used to. I probably chewed from 14 to 23.
Wow.
I started off on the Skull Mint pouches, and then it kind of graduated like you to the Copenhagen. I was a wintergreen guy though. Remember the Copenhagen can that used to come in the cardboard,
Oh yeah.
and it would keep it so moist.
Yeah, that's what the snuff was in too. They had the metal tin, but the actual can was cardboard.
Yeah, and they had like that little layer of wax on the inside, and she would just stay so moist at all times, and it would just be a fat, juicy chew. You just claw your hand in there and just throw her just low cheddar.
Yeah, I did chew Copenhagen long cut too. After I went off the snuff, I went to Kopi long cut.
Yeah.
But I remember like, in the jungle, sleeping on the floor, and you wake up and you got a spitter bottle beside your head, and like you're like, oh, like fuck,
Disgusting.
right? Like if you really think about it, it's fucking gross.
Those
Loops used to wake
all
me up on the
bark
bus.
and-
So yeah, Loops used to wake me up on the bus and fucking like let's have a chew. I'm like fucking 3 a.m. What do you want? Oh, what? We're not chewing now? You say what? We're not chewing? I said okay, I'll have a fucking chew with you. What do you want? Throw it in there, bud. It's 3 a.m. You want to chew? Let's chew. What? We're not chewing now? I mean, me and Loops, all we did was chew. We played video games all day and just chewed. Joel Stepp had a chew in every second. That's probably the question I get the most, Swishy, from people out in California or wherever that don't know much about hockey. They're like, "You guys play with chews in?" I'm like, "No, that's a stupid question." Besides Carlson, I think Carlson does now. But imagine you couldn't play a game with a long cut mint in, Swishy.
No, you couldn't even play with a pouch, and you could play with like the Swedish or the European snus or whatever it is now because it's just basically nicotine. But imagine playing with like an actual long cut guy in there, like when you're spitting diesel. Oh my God, you'd be just swallowing it. You have to gut it.
Yeah. Oh,
Just on the ice is just a big yellow.
I used to when I went back down to the jungle when I was chewing. Then I chewed pouches. I got off because my bottom lip was getting mangled. I went to pouches. I'd go out in the jungle in San Antonio with one in for warm up. But that was just warm up. I couldn't take my bucket off.
This is the one thing. One thing I'd always do once a year. I'd be like, just get that confidence, just tuned up playing cards, and like give me a half of one. I put it in for 3 minutes, and I would be gone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much of a beauty you are. If you're not a chewer and you try to throw one in, it's like, look out, buddy, you're in one because it's coming for you, and there's nothing you can do. I'll never forget over in Finland, this old Finnish trainer we had in Hämeenlinna. It's like, hey, you chew? I was chewing the snus, the light stuff or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, you tough guy, you chew, eh? Fine, I could hardly speak English. Finally, at the year-end bender, he's like, oh, yeah, you fucking don't try that. I'm like, give me one. And it was in this red can. I'll never forget it. And I threw it in, and I'm talking 30 seconds in.
Really?
I don't know what was in this, Swishy. Did you ever see that when you were over there?
Yeah, was it the Siberias?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Russian stuff.
Brodziak used to chew that.
Yeah, that is stiff. Oh my god, that's so much nicotine, Obes, like right to your brain.
Buddy, and I wasn't drunk. We just started drinking. I was like, yeah, give me one, whatever. And buddy, I had the spins, sweats, white, went in and had a shit or whatever, puke. I was like, what the
Yeah.
And this old Finnish trainer, not a tooth in his fucking head probably. He's just fucking sitting there laughing at me. I'm like, come on, boys. And all the Finnish guys knew it was coming too.
That's a classic. How funny is it? Just lastly on the chew talk, it's like the only thing where you thought you had to be a beauty. Like you had to weather probably like the first 2 or 3 times.
Dude.
Using, and then you like were in this club of the chewers, whether it was in junior or pro. It's so funny.
No, it's so true. And like that's why I started. I started when I was 16 years old. I was playing for my junior team in my hometown, and all the older guys chewed, and I wanted to hang out with them. And I thought if I started chewing, I'm going to be able to hang out at the back of the bus, and I did.
Yep.
But that's why I started. And everybody that chews pukes. And you would think we'd be like, okay, we're done, but we got to get in the chew club. It was crazy, but that's exactly how it works, Swishy.
It's hilarious, man. That's the same thing. I just wanted to be cool and act cool with the older guys.
How many curfew calls did we get in that time? A couple? 2? 3? How many did we get in, Kyle?
We got like 2 or 3 in there.
Perfect. We'll keep rolling these out, but I love it, boys. Swishy, thank you. Updog, always fun snapping around with you. KC, ice pick pickup. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.